We are yet to receive the report of any injury, but of course there's been stampede and all that. That's from Lagos. I have my first caller this afternoon. Are you there? Hello.
Oh, hello. Please, can you take me off the here? I just want to report something to you.
No, I can't. You will be interrupting my broadcast doing that. I can't.
Okay, I will send
maybe
it
I
to
can
you
do that after the program. Okay.
WhatsApp. I'll send it.
See, if you call it into the program and you don't want to have an open conversation and all that, please send me a message, okay? And then I will see that. But I can't leave my program or do something else and having a chat with somebody off my program. So when you call in, you are calling in to contribute to the chat here. So yeah, Baba, I will look out for your message, okay? And then we'll probably, talk off air. All right. So I picked this up also on my way, and it is I'm thinking of using that later, but I will show you anyway. So this one is, meanwhile, the line is now opened, okay? So it is in Kano, right? And that is Peter Obi and his team meeting with the emir there. That's what they had to say. Listen. Okay, I think I have a caller I don't want to put on hold. Let's see. Hello there.
Hi, good afternoon, Michael.
Oh, Lady Charm, is that you?
It's me.
And I think it's morning over there, right? So afternoon.
Yeah, it's still morning. It's still morning here.
Right. So yeah, please. It's our midday show this afternoon. Yeah. So go on.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to the show. I've thoroughly enjoyed your presentation. So the soldiers that are going to Okuma, I don't see them as soldiers. In fact, I feel like maybe Nigerians need to understand, or people need to understand that we're at war, and the war is against the citizens of that country. Nigeria is not a real place. That's, listening to your show more and more and more has me, I thoroughly believe that Nigeria is not a real place. And because it's not a real place, the people are not the people in charge don't see them as real people. We don't matter. We don't matter. Because like you said, if you saw your neighbor, regardless of tribe and religion, that's a so-called fellow Nigerian, the last thing you do is to open fire on them, on people who are defenseless, who are not armed, who had no intention.
You are a soldier. You are trained.
You're supposedly you're trained.
You don't return fire. Now it's not here be that, but let's say it's only in America.
No, it's only in America, and like you've highlighted in your program, right? They only feel this kind of threat against civilians, against defenseless civilians, women, men, and children. But the real threat to the country and its people go unchecked. You have the terrorists, who are, like you said today, they've captured another 81 people, right? Nobody is challenging them. 87 people. Nobody has gone after them. Nobody has bombed where they stay. Nobody has burnt their villages.
They don't want to kill women and children in captivity, so they have to If it time.
Oh, that doesn't make any kind of sense. You don't want to kill women and children in captivity, but you're happy to kill women and children
that are not in
captivity. That are not in captivity. So make it make sense, because it makes absolutely no sense, right? I refuse to look at those soldiers as victims. They're not victims. If they're victims of their own foolishness and their own greed, because that is what sent them there. It's also because they were at peace or wanted to propagate any kind of peace on that community. No. They didn't go there for that. They went there to kill and to destroy, and they got destroyed in the process. So I don't see them as victims, and I don't see them as any kind of heroes. They're certainly no heroes of mine. No. Right? Yes,
so
we feel sorry that
the community can easily right now use the momentum and release the names and images of the people killed by these soldiers. So let the whole what do you call it, the whole expose be balanced enough that, because they have been writing the news. Oh, they kill soldiers.
Exactly.
They kill soldiers. The entire community must be killed. My stomach has been turning for days now. Like, how could anybody even say go and kill the entire community?
It's like we're kind of similar, because ever since I heard that news of what happened in Okoma and the other community,
like it happened.
Nothing made any kind of sense. How would fully armed, well-trained military people, how did they get to the point of being disarmed and killed? Right? What led up to them being there in the first place? What was the interaction? What kind of interaction did those people have with the people, with that community, before such a thing happened? One domino doesn't fall before the other one. Well, something started, something happened first to set up those chain reactions. So nothing just happened isolated like that.
They want us to believe that nothing really happened. They went there for peace and they were attacked. How?
No, they didn't go there for peace. And clearly, the people who have who witnessed it are saying it as it happened, and I believe them.
I believe them. Of course, I will believe them before I will believe anything Nigerian government or Nigerian military says ever.
Absolutely, I will believe them first, and I feel that they should, wherever they are, they need to be protected, because those are the kind of people that they will kill just to ensure that that stupid narrative that they want to put out there will carry on. Now, their so-called king, instead of you to call white and black, for goodness sake, your people were killed. Women and children, men were killed. These are your people. And you're talking about how this major was very helpful, and who cares? He still came there to perpetrate nonsense. He still came there to kill people. He killed your people. And you're not talking about that, because, again, this is the point I'm trying to make. They don't see us as real people. Nigeria is not a real place, so therefore the citizens are not real. That's why you can come out and he was very helpful. He was so, but he went there to kill your people, did he not? And he got killed in the process. They're not heroes of mine.
Of soup, like.
But that's the problem.
All they would do is one single order from sheriff in Asaba, and it's no longer king. If that will satisfy the people that are paying for their blood, and they are still there as we speak. Even he is speaking from a hideout, from a place far away from the place.
Okay, so he's not even there.
That's why it's sounding. It's sounding like, oh, we are so regretful. We, our people, But those who said, those who killed those soldiers could actually be militants, not those community men and women. The militants possible. In the area that reacted when they heard the news that they have killed or something like that. Because how did the community, with no guns, no nothing, disarm Nigerian soldiers? Now, you know what they are saying, Charm? They said, oh, the military went there unarmed. They just walk in for peace talk. Abba. They are trying to spin it and spin it. Like he's coming
no. Let's make it make sense. So they walked in there for peace talks, and then
they want to arrest
women and children. Those people ended up dead. How did they? Was it like magic bullets or magic guns, or they just spoke and then people just died or something? Right? That was not what happened. People died, right? In the arms of these soldiers. So don't come and tell us that they walked in there with no unarmed and everything, because based off of what people are saying, like I said, I tend to believe those people more than I will believe whatever the Nigerian army wants to
more than this. More than whatever the media in Nigeria is saying, more than whatever the Nigerian government is saying, even the military themselves.
The part of the problem we have is a vacuum of leadership, of good leadership, and I think very moral characters. We do not have people who want to stand up for the truth in any way, shape, or form. because okay, you're going to lose certain privileges. And maybe yes, to some extent you might lose your life. But you have to ask yourself, maybe that's the price we need to pay. Unfortunately, as Nigerians, we made the biggest mistake in our lives by not standing for the truth. When people like Tinubu and co were coming forward and people were questioning their legitimacy, questioning their validity and everything, people should have stood up in mass and said, okay, we don't want the kind of leaders. We were part of the problem. But so in order for us to actually solve this problem, a lot of people need to stand up and say, you know what? We don't want these kind of leaders anymore. We don't want this kind of characters in our leadership. We have a serious vacuum of leadership, a vacuum of moral people in leadership position, and that is part of the problem. Like you said, it leads to corruption.
Yeah, everything starts from who your leaders are, and it's already taking just a year, right, to show to Nigerians that you can't have a drug dealer, a drug lord.
You can't.
As your president, and then expect a country to actually be functioning normally, like everything
normally. Not just even a drug dealer. A thief. Somebody before Tinubu, we had people who a career kleptomaniac. Before Tinubu, you still have people in leadership who were still stealing. It's just because now is magnified. We can all see, maybe because of the advent of internet and things like that. All of this information is outside there, so we see it. We cannot bury our heads in the sand. Do you understand? But this kind of stealing did not start today. No. And like you said, those criminals have been elevated. And I'm sorry to say, Obasanjo, I heard what he said about when somebody asked him about OD, right? He still beat his chest like, yes, you know,
that's what I mean.
that is not what he should have done.
Who will agree with Obasanjo for the rest of their lives? And there's nothing you can say to them.
You don't kill innocent citizens just because soldiers died.
Do you know,
you don't kill innocent citizens because soldiers died?
Cham, do you know that this OD that you just mentioned, I left something out earlier, right? Do you know that this OD, Obasanjo, was actually found guilty, but his government was actually found guilty for that massacre. And the Nigerian government had to pay out 27.5 billion naira compensation to the survivors. It's on record.
But today
Obasanjo is still saying he has no regrets.
He's still saying that's what he has no regrets. You should have regrets. And that is part of the problem, like you said. When the Biafran genocide happened, all of the people who were culpable were not held responsible. Instead, they were rewarded. Some of them are still working alive today.
Yes.
They are the same as the Nazi German Hitler people. They should have faced the same international. They should have been taken to the court of Hague because
they should have been tried for war crimes against humanity.
Tried for war crimes, but they didn't do that, and that is why they have the audacity to stand today and tell you that beat your chest and say what you did was not regrettable. It was sorely regrettable. Innocent people died. They should not have died.
Yeah.
And the same way with the Biafran genocide. Those people, my people, should not have died.
No.
They should not have been killed in such a manner.
That they died, some people were supposed to be held responsible, including their generations to come. But no.
Including their generations to come. Now, somebody is supposed to be called a statesman. A statesman. He is a statesman for goodness sake. Nigeria is not a real place. It is not a real place. No. Let me let other people.
Bless you, Jare Cham. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll take another one. Hello.
Hello, my ego.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah, this is Kenneth from Maryland.
Ken, how are you today?
Yeah. I'm good. Are you?
You used to call directly this morning. Oh, did I wake you?
Oh no! On the contrary, I'm already awake.
You should be awake, exactly. So, here we are. It's been a while, you know.
I know. So let me add my own contribution a little bit. But like you always say, this is the temple of truth, and then this place where everybody speaks their mind and makes their point. You see, like everything Cham said earlier, few minutes ago, yeah, she's definitely on point. We are so much close at some of the points she laid out, which for me, somebody who has been in the military before, can agree to some level that that it kind of looks a little bit weird. I've been in the military for a very long time, and I know that most of my job description there are mostly training and then training and gathering of some intelligence. So hearing that a bunch of soldiers went to a place and get killed just like that, then it simply means that every training that they went through does not make any sense
It's a
to me.
waste.
Because because one of the things they train you one of the training you will do is that there's what is called element of surprise.
Mm.
So in this element of surprise means that you just don't know when or how it's coming. It doesn't mean that if you are a platoon, doesn't mean that you will not suffer casualties. If your radars are at alert, it simply means that if your radars are at alert, it simply means you will anticipate that things can easily get worse or
from
bad.
0 to 100 within 1 minute.
Yes. So the question, Mayego, and I hope Cham is also listening in, is that the question we should ask is, what exactly was the rules of engagement on that mission? What was exactly the rules of engagement? Because then, once we're able to establish and understand that, then the next question is, if they are saying in their own words to Mayego, not me or anybody, is that they went there for peace. Okay, fine, I hear you. You went there for peace. There's no way any military that goes for a peace mission. They are, at some point, Mayego,
are not prepared for war. Because I've never seen that, like, military will go for peace, but they are not prepared for war. But Baba, continue.
Yes. They will at somehow, even if they don't have that gun, which is visible for you to see, they are fully armed to some extent. It's either those ammunition
like, you have 2 major generals, so 1 captain, no.
Yes. It is not possible. It is not possible. I can attest to that, ma'am. And that's why I said that what Cham said, to some extent, I completely agree with that to that large extent. Yes. Because you can't go to a place that is already a black spot or that is already looking very dangerous. You can't go there with not being armed. Now, it is only for the fact that we are asking. And this is the thing I need you to put forward to them, that we are asking, saying, what exactly was the rules of engagement? If you say you went there for peace mission, what exactly is the rules of engagement that they went there in the first place? So if they cannot answer that question clearly, and so that give us clarity on it, then it's very suspicious exactly why they were there in the first place. So and for crying out loud, are they at war? Are they really at war? That's another thing. I don't think they're at war. Even if that was the case.
At war, the best thing is for the authority not to take side, now, to make sure that there's neutrality.
Exactly. Exactly, my ego.
So it's either the people there are already aware that the soldiers placed in that area are already compromised, because there's a record that they are actually being used by this Okoloba politician. I'm still trying to find his real identity, right? And it's so prominently sort of mentioned that since this politician has this control in Abuja, so he could just easily use those soldiers to either arrest the Okwama people, right? The young people, feed them, harass them, arrest them. So on this fateful day, when they came to their community for peace, it was probably like let's say military is extending their hand of, I say, listen, let's meet with your leaders, okay? We won't be treating you that way anymore. Something like that, or for which peace? Because if it is peace between the two communities, now the two communities supposed to do the town hall, not the people of Okwama and then the soldiers, Abi? Ken?
Yeah.
So something is not right, as shady as it is.
This is civil. It's called civil crisis. It's not a war. It's a civil crisis between two fractions or two or three entities in a community. This is not war at all. Right. Because they are not. The way I look at it is this: is that power play is going on here. It's just a typical textbook, of exactly what has been happening to these communities during Obasanjo, during Jonathan, or during all these people. It's the same playbook. Please enlighten me here. Can anybody explain to me in a simple term, like in a simple language, when a community are having this kind of situation and you are getting the military involved in something that is way outside?
It's only in Nigeria. See, there's no cracking of brain to answer that question. Nigeria has no policing system at all. Okay, so it has collapsed to the point that the military are now providing internal security. An example is what we have now seen.
Exactly.
It is Nigeria, Baba.
So to really, really just narrow down the whole case, this Michael. See, what is happening there is a clear case of a situation where you know fully well what is going on there. You know that this is a situation. It's like a ticking time bomb. Why don't you treat the whole thing like a stable matter, and let the people, the leaders of this fraction, you understand, create what is called more or less like what maybe something like a ceasefire. That's okay. Hold your guns, hold your knives,
soldiers. The story has changed.
I know. I'm coming to the soldier part. I'm coming to the soldier part.
You know what I mean? Okay.
You see, the soldier part is political. That soldier part is the political aspect of it, because that's what they are doing there. What the soldiers are doing there. Last I said, they have not answered the questions yet, on that part. Until they answer those questions, those soldier part aspects. For me, I still feel that it's still a hanging matter.
I believe they are there unofficially. I can put my money on that. Okay, that they were there unofficially, and other things that also followed. There were even those who said they went there to go and rescue kidnapped victims and say, now they look for which of these lies go stick. What are those people doing there? And why did they open fire on the armless civilians inside that town hall, right? If you can't give us those answers, no manufacture more lies and be looking for which one will stick.
What they will do now.
They keep manufacturing different stories, different lies, looking for which one will stick. Come on. Well, anyway, it is Nigeria. Ken.
But that's what they will do now. That is what they are trying to do.
They want to go and rescue. They want to go and rescue kidnapped victims. In Okoma. Ken, let me go take another one. Right.
Oh, thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much as well for your calling in this morning. That is a Ken there. So from Ken is from Maryland, I believe, or have I mixed that up? Why do I keep thinking Ken is calling me from Chicago when he's actually from Maryland anyway? So we'll leave it at that. Now, sorry, I just missed your call. If you're the person who was trying to get through, I think you should keep trying, right? So we have a few of us who are on it this morning and this afternoon. So if you are one of us right there on YouTube, do you mind taking a minute or a sec, possibly, to go and pay your offering, like the broadcast? That's all you need to do, all right? And share it as well, you know. 1 second. Might get you back off. For those who are trying to get on. Sorry about that. Here, I think I got this. Hello there.
Yeah, good afternoon, Michael.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, Baba?
This is Adeza calling from Edinburgh.
Did you say Ahmed?
Adeza.
Say that again. I didn't get it. Sorry. Hello?
Adeza calling from
Adeza. See, Baba, no vex. See, my speaker is a bit far from me, right? So if I don't pick it the first time, I hate using the wrong thing to address somebody when I could easily just ask, could you please repeat that, right? Adeza, thank you very much, Baba. Here, how is Edinburgh this afternoon, though?
Edinburgh is cool.
Always
the weather is bright today.
Always cool. I know. Small. Anyway, Baba, thank you so much for joining. Go on.
Yeah, I want to commend you for the good work you are doing.
Thanks, Baba. Thank
you. And this is my second time of speaking with you.
I think so.
Anything abnormal can only be found in our soil in Nigeria. Why I'm saying this is that if there is any internal clashes police is the most appropriate people to deal with the issue. No. When a leader make a wrong decision, you get a wrong result.
That's right.
And mostly, most of these military men, either police or army, the political leader in those areas always use them against the people.
God bless you, Baba. Because that's one thing I want people to always not pretend that we don't know. We do know.
Yeah.
When you have these soldiers, military, the politicians in the area will corner them.
Yes.
And we know what happened.
They will go to the office and see their organs, and organ will collect money in respect of the troop that is sent to that area. And they will be there to act the script of their boss. They will not actually go for the reality. Understand? We are in Nigeria, we know what happened.
We do.
And that is what actually happened from our own view, from what I've been hearing. And secondly, seeing that issue, I remember in Nigeria State recently, about other 20 or 30 people were killed.
Yes.
The governor came out to say they are going to negotiate.
Yes.
The soldiers are supposed to go and wipe all those forces. They never go to wipe away. Now they are sending a community on fire. Too wrong cannot make right. Even if the people of the community did wrong, must army go there and set the community ablaze? And the president just made a statement that they should fish them out, those who do that. But those who go and burn the community, who will fish them out?
Now, exactly. The soldiers that burned down the community yesterday and day before yesterday, what will now happen to them?
Second issue is the issue of contract. I know before you award a contract to a particular organization, you do what is called due diligence.
That's right.
To see at least their 5-year financial record, if they have the capacity to execute the project you are giving to them. You want to know what they have been doing, if they have a relevant job due, and which they're supposed to do present before the award, for you to know they are capable of doing it.
Yes.
These are the reason why many projects are awarded in Nigeria and they never been executed.
No.
Because when the third party collected the money, they will go to the real company and get them a penny, and the project will not start to place of conclusion. So these are some of the reasons why you see that many projects in Nigeria does not see the light of the day. Thirdly, the issue of the Kaduna adoption. These armies, since 3 weeks now, this issue has been coming from one area to the other. Like the school, they adopted 287,000 students. Did that place look like a school? Even here, the people here, they will not allow their dog to stay in that type of building. When they show it was an ISO, an international ISO. It's all crack on the building. These are places where human beings are staying.
I know.
The government has not done anything tangible to rescue the people.
And there's no sign that they are actually doing that to rescue them. No.
There's no sign at all. And again, another people have been adopted. And you say you have army. This army that were even killed, are they pregnant women? They are so poor, so untrained, unprofessional that the community could actually kill them. You can see the type of military we have in Nigeria.
16 of them, 16 soldiers. Maybe they told us that one soldier is for 1,000 civilians. Is that not what they bragged to us? That one soldier is equal to 1,000 civilians. So 16 soldiers,
yeah.
Shouldn't that be like 16,000 civilians? But yet they got disarmed without shooting a single gun.
Another issue I want to make mention was the issue of the Gumi. By now, if the country, I hear you say something last week that Gumi was actually deported from one of these Arab countries because of his role.
Saudi Arabia.
These are the people that Nigeria celebrates. He has been making this comment on and on. Government never take it serious to arrest him.
No.
Even Naibu man now, if I don't jail him.
You remember that is a Lagos. That is a that king around there. Is that Oshodi Obolade? You remember that one that said if the Lagos state government will not protect Igbo traders in Lagos, that it will invite IPOB to come and protect Igbo traders. And they twisted it and said he was going to invite IPOB to Lagos. Do you know that man spent about a month and a half in Kirikiri for that statement? Somebody that was like, all this ceremonial is in areas like that, eh? You don't remember the story, Baba?
No, I know about that.
They took him to court to get his on bail right now. He spent over 6 weeks in Kirikiri Igbo man will open mouth and say something like that.